The nap that went too far. It was a warm, lazy afternoon. Sunlight slipped through the cracked window of an old house, landing perfectly on a soft red blanket in the corner of the room. Curled underneath it was a sleepy orange cat named Milo. Milo stretched his paws, yawned deeply, and tucked himself tighter into the blanket. Finally, peace and quiet, he mumbled, before drifting into the perfect afternoon nap. Outside, birds chirped softly. The clock ticked slowly. Everything felt calm. But under the floorboards, tiny footsteps scratched against the wood. A curious little rat named Rico poked his head out from a hole in the wall. He sniffed the air. What's hiding under that blanket? Rico whispered with a mischievous grin. Instead of walking away, the rat slowly crept closer. Rico climbed onto the blanket carefully. Step, step, step. Milo's ear twitched. The cat stayed asleep. Rico giggled quietly and began tugging at the edge of the blanket. Little by little, the blanket slid down. Milo rolled over. Rico froze. Silence. Then, Milo started snoring again. Relieved, Rico continued pulling harder, trying to uncover the mystery beneath the blanket. Finally, whoosh, the blanket came completely off. Milo's eyes shot open. The room went silent. The cat and the rat stared at each other face to face. Rico smiled nervously. Uh-oh. Suddenly, Milo leaped into the air. Rico screamed and dashed across the room, while Milo chased him around chairs, over boxes, and across the kitchen floor. Crash, bang, meow, squeak. The peaceful afternoon had turned into complete chaos. Rico finally squeezed through a tiny hole in the wall, just as Milo slid to a stop inches away. Panting heavily, Milo glared at the hole. "You ruined my nap," he growled. From inside the wall, Rico peeked out carefully. "But now you're awake." Milo paused. He looked around the messy room, then back at the warm sunlight shining through the window. A moment later, the cat sighed. "You know what? I'm too tired for this." Rico blinked in surprise, as Milo grabbed the blanket, circled around 3 times, and flopped back down for another nap. The rat smiled. This time he quietly placed the blanket back over the cat, before disappearing into the wall. And for the rest of the afternoon, peace returned to the house.